heel. And this is the one that almost is like your diaphragm. And then we're going to press again. So from the toes all the way through to the center to the heel and when we get to the heel, we're going to place the ball of the foot on the floor, and we're just going to pull the ball from side to side across that heel pad. Good, releasing any tension there. And then we're going to roll back through the ball to the toes again, and then try and pick the ball up. Yes, she did it this morning. And then you're just going to squiggle the ball about in that foot any way you like for a bit. So just getting into any bits that feel tense, any bits that feel maybe not very awake this morning. Make sure that you get to the sides of your foot as well. Get into your toes a bit. So just really finding any bits that feel tight. If they feel tight, just take a moment and press down into the tightness and just take a breath and a pause and then release. So just really finding bits that work for your foot. Just take a moment to do this. Nice steady breathing while you're doing it as well. Just really waking the feet up. Do some waking of the face up in a minute as well. That's my next thing for today. So then, other foot, same thing. So we're going to roll through the foot twice. So finding the toes first, then roll all the way through the center, just taking your time, feeling what feels like underneath to your heel. And then come back to the start again. Roll all the way through. And then place the ball of your foot on the floor. Spread your toes nice and wide. Excellent. Press lightly into the toes and then move that heel pad from side to side. Excellent. And then once you've done that, you're free to do whatever you like with the ball. Any way you like on your feet. Good. Just really getting into any knots that might be there. Knots, your muscles can't knot. Any tension. Good. And take a couple of nice big slow breaths while you're doing that. And once you've done that, once it feels more awake, we're going to take our hands and wake our face up. So we're going to start with our forehead, and we're just going to tap our forehead very lightly, like little raindrops. So we've got a massive muscle across here that can hold tension in your face. And if we've got tension in the top of our face, yes, you guessed it, it's going to be pulling tension into your jaw. We don't want that. So then we want to come down to our temples as well. Again, just tapping gently. And this is where we feel stress in this area. And then just over your cheeks, your cheekbones. So we're coming into a nerve here, or an area called the trimangeal nerve, and trimangeal area of your face. And then we're coming down over our chin as well, and then down your neck. Just nice and gently. Remember the vagus nerves in here and the phrenic, around the back of your neck as well, just tapping gently. Just bringing the blood flow to your face. Good. And then and make sure we get into here, which is where your TMG is, which is your jaw joint. So you'll be able to feel it. If you come down from your ear, there's a joint, and you'll be able to feel it. Where your jaw opens and closes, make sure you give that a rub. So we can just rub that in little tiny circles as well. Good. And then there's a beauty spot, which we all like to know about, which is just where your eyebrows are here, just in here. And if you press just very lightly, it can feel, just in here, it can feel sometimes like there's a lot of tension in there, and we're just going to hold it. So this bit, I'll come closer to the camera, close, in here. You can feel, just press just very lightly, and then release. Okay, and then we're just going to sweep. So we're just going to brush our face down, brush your neck down. Okay, we should be feeling more awake, hopefully, if we've just got up. So let's begin. The first pose we're going to have a look at is Artemis today, and we're going to use this one as a little warm-up pose. So we're going to start with our feet hip distance apart. Now, we want to make sure that our rib cage is evenly distanced away from our pelvis all the way around. It's really important that it stays this way for this pose. So we're going to take our hands up above our head. We're going to do our little stretch one way and a little stretch the other way to feel one side longer than the other, one side shorter. And then stretch so the rib cage goes back, stretch so the rib cage goes forward, and just feel that even distance. Now, keeping the hands up here for this one, we're going to shut the drawer with our bum, but keep feeling. So shut the drawer with your bum. Don't come too low. Just keep feeling that length evenly between the front, the back, the sides. And keep just stretching the hands away. So we're feeling like we've got, maybe you feel like you've got a piece of string attached to the crown of your head that's going through your hands, and you're going to keep stretching that away. And we don't have to come super low with Artemis. It's to just get that initial, I'm hinging. Then take your hands and place them on the tops of your thighs. Good. Now shift the weight forward onto the balls of your feet, but keep the toes soft. Check your knees are directly above the second toe. Excellent. Now we're going to do 3 nice slow breaths here. As we inhale, I'd like you to think about your pelvic floor almost opening like the petals of a flower. And as you exhale, I'd like you to think about the petals of the flower coming back to being closed. So nice deep slow breaths. Whenever you're ready, you're going to breathe in your own time so you can really feel this. You can partially close your eyes if you don't fall over. And so nice deep slow breaths. And as you exhale, feel your ribcage close as the petals of the flower close. And they're not closing tight shut. They're just coming to that point, you know, where roses are tight shut to start with inside their green bit. And then they open and then they can close a little and they open and close, but they never fully close again. At the end of your third one, you're going to pause and slowly widen your ribs, keeping your ribcage an even distance away from your pelvis as you widen. Good, and then at the end of that one, come back up again. Okay, let's try finding that one more time. So this one can be a tricky one to find because people want to come very low, or you come to this position, you end up sticking your bum out. There's so many different things that can go wrong here. So let's bring our hands back up so we can find it this way again. Again, make sure that you're totally evenly distanced away before we begin. Knees are nice and soft. And then we're just going to shut that open drawer with your bottom as we hinge forward. Feel like you're really stretching your head away, growing your heels into the floor. So your heels have roots rooting you to the floor. Then hands on the tops of your thighs. And we're going to do another 3 nice slow breaths here. Really focusing on the widening of the petals of those flowers. And as you exhale, think about them drawing back for at night time, the way they do at night. Good. Nice and slowly. And then exhaling. And as you widen your ribcage, really feel your feet rooting into the floor, the heels especially. The balance point is still forward, so your weight is still shifted forward. And you're growing from your heels all the way through to the crown of your head, like a tree growing. When you need to inhale, inhale, and come back up. Okay, so Artemis. That was our first one. So Hera is our next one. So Hera is about mobilizing the spine more. It's exactly the same principle. We want to feel that we're always trying to keep the rib cage equal distance away from the pelvis, even when we're curling. So we're curling our spine. So we're going to start in Artemis because it gives us a bit of a better feel for that kind of widening of the spine. So let's begin. So we're going to start with our hands up above our heads again, finding that position. We're going to hinge at the hips, keeping our nice long rib cage position, hands on the tops of our thighs. Excellent. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. We're going to inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to try and stretch our head even further away and then start to curl it as if we've got a little ball underneath our chin. So we're stretching away first and keeping stretching away as we curl our neck. So we want to open the vertebra at the back. Then we're going to inhale again. And as you exhale, you're going to press your shoulders out towards the side as you curl your thoracic spine, as if you've got a beach ball in here, that you're trying to curl your thoracic spine round, still trying to keep it an even distance away from your pelvis. Then we're going to inhale again. As you exhale, you're going to slide your hands to above the tops of your knees and curl your thoracic spine. Again, trying to take it evenly away from your pelvis. Trying to look towards your belly button with your eyes, really widening and opening the back of your vertebrae. Nice. Then pause and widen your ribs. And as you widen your ribs in this position, you want to really be thinking about the back of your rib cage expanding, shoulders pressing out towards the side, balance point forward. When you need to inhale, unravel. So come up lumbar first, thoracic, and then neck. Good. So let's repeat that one more time. So again, trying to find that really nice curve in our spine. And in today's sessions, we're going to do it in those 3 stages so that you've got a chance to practice. So find that nice alignment. Hinge. Hands on the tops of your thighs. We're going to do this 3 and 6 for our breathing. So ready to inhale. In, 2, 3, curl your neck. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, out, curl your thoracic. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, slide your hands down and curl your lumbar. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look for your belly button with your eyes really wide in your back and open your ribs. Good, these look nice. They look really nice. Well done. And then come back up slowly. I know. So we're using so many muscles there that you might find you can hold your apnea breath for less time. And that's because when we're using muscles, we're using up the residual oxygen in your body faster. So you may find initially anyway, when you're practicing poses where we're using lots of muscles, that the residual oxygen will be eaten quicker. Final one, Freya, and then we're going to put these guys together. Freya is our step forward pose. Freya, we want to make sure with Freya that as we step forward, we keep both our heels on the floor and that our feet stay pointing straight ahead. So we're going to start with you choosing where you want to take your feet. So you can either we're going to start with the right foot. We're going to do it in 3 breaths. So you can either take your foot a little bit away, so a tiny bit. And this way, if you're here, you'll find yourself much more grounded and balanced. If you want to give yourself a bit more challenge for your pelvic floor and for your balance, then you're going to take your foot further away. So you can come as far away, if you can challenge yourself as much as you like, as long as your back heel is always on the floor for this one, because we've got another pose where the back heel comes off the floor. So, and here, when you're in this position, so if we come into it and just feel where you want to be for today, when we come into this position, we want to ground the heels into the floor still. Then we want to shift the weight forward onto the balls of the feet as much as we can. The wider you are, the harder it becomes. Then we want to have the back knee soft. We want to have the hips pointing straight ahead and the shoulders pointing straight ahead. And the front knee is always going to be over the ankle. Toes are relaxed, so no scrunching of toes in this position. Then you'll see if I stand like this, my body is longer at the front and shorter at the back. So in order to manage this so that my diaphragms are talking to each other, I'm going to have to take the front of my body and tilt it forward or draw the ribcage back in order to find my nice long line. So I'm looking for this line, ears, shoulders, hips, feet, with my diaphragms lined up. And so it's quite nice here again to take your hands above your head and just feel that stretch away to feel where your ribcage is. And then for this one, we're going to take our hands and we're going to take them into first position, internally rotated. Okay, so let's try that over 3 breaths. Are we ready? So those are the positions you're trying to find. Let's go with the left foot for this one, and then we're going to string everything together. So internally rotating our hands to begin. We are going to take 3 breaths together. Little balance point forward. Find your nice long spine. Ready to inhale. In, 2, 3, step forward with the left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, find your alignment. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, let's stretch those hands up so we can check. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose, pause. Widen your ribs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale here and exhale, step back. Ace. Okay, so we're going to put these together. We're going to start with Artemis, moving into Hera, moving back to Artemis, and then moving into Freya. So first, feet hip distance apart. Find your nice neutral spine. Good. Internally rotating our hands. Excellent. Shift the balance point forward. Listen to your conversation behind you. Root your heels, lengthen your head away. Ready to inhale. In, 2, 3, hip hinge. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Widen your ribs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, curl your neck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, curl your thoracic. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, curl your lumbar, slide your hands down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose, pause. Widen your ribs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, uncurl your lumbar and bring your hands back up. Keep your thoracic spine curled. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, uncurl your thoracic. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, uncurl your neck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Widen your ribs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, up to standing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, step forward with your right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, find your alignment. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Widen your ribs for 10, 9. Bring your hands up to third. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, step back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, hip hinge. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Widen your ribs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, reach and curl your neck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, reach and curl your thoracic. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, hands slide down for your lumbar. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch off your breath, pause. Widen your ribs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, uncurl your lumbar. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, uncurl your thoracic. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, uncurl your neck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Widen your ribs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3. Back up to standing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3. Step forward with your left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3. Hands to third and find your alignment. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch off your breath. Pause. Widen your ribs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale here and exhale, step back. Give your arms a shake off. We're going to come to supine and lying on the floor for a little finisher. Okay. Time's gone really quickly this morning. Just going to do the sun. Okay, so we're coming to lying on our backs. I'll just change my camera a little bit. You're going to have your hips, knees, feet flat on the floor, and your pelvis neutral and your ribcage nice and heavy on the floor. Excellent. Then from here, we're just going to stretch our legs out, keeping that nice neutral pelvis, keeping your nice heavy ribcage on the floor. We're going to lightly dorsiflex our feet as if we're just switching on the dimmer switch in a room. Make sure your toes are still soft so we're not feeling any tension there. We're going to have our hands out towards the side in a downwards V, palms facing up towards the ceiling, so we're externally rotated. You can choose if you want to still do a bit more work here to lift your hands off the floor, or you can rest them on the floor, but make sure that you feel like you're pressing lightly into the floor while you do that, while keeping your ribs on the floor. We're going to do 3 nice slow breaths here. We're going to do 4 and 8 for our breathing. Then we're going to take them to T. If you don't have enough space for T, you can take them internally rotated. And we're going to do 3 and 5. And then we're going to come up to a high V. Again, you can do this internally rotated if you want. So high V, and we're going to do 2 and 4 for our breathing. Okay, so are we ready? Oh, and we're going to change our breath hold from 10 to 12 to 14 for the end. We're ready to inhale. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose, pause, widen your ribs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, take them to your T. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 2, 3, out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose, pause. Widen your ribs for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Into, move them to third. 3, 2, 1. Into, out. 3, 2, 1. Into, out. 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose, pause. Widen your ribs for 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your knees in towards your chest. We're going to put our soles of our feet up towards the ceiling. You can hold the backs of your thighs. You can hold your shins. You can have your hands inside your arms, inside your legs, and take your hands to the outside of your feet into a little happy baby. Take some nice deep slow breaths here. Once you've taken a couple of nice deep slow breaths, if you want to rock your little baby, you can. from side to side. So this is all about releasing the pelvic floor, this pose. We're opening through our hip flexors as well, but the biggest thing here is that we can't hold any tension in our pelvic floor in this position. So this is just about a little release. So a couple more deep breaths here. So you can hold these poses, these types of poses from, this is a yoga pose as well, but you can hold these types of poses if you're doing a nice slow yoga for up to 5 minutes. So if you do feel pressure in your pelvic floor, it is another way for you to just find some relief, is to come into a contented, I think they call it contented baby in yoga, and just hold the position for that time, breathing again into your rib cage while you do it, and visualizing your flower opening and